Hey friends, Sarah here. Who's tired of eating cookies? Nobody. Let's make some more. I've got 2 recipes for you today. So first we'll start with an oatmeal cookie and then we'll do a peanut butter cookie. Now I'm just calling it an oatmeal cookie because you can put whatever you want into it. If you like your oatmeal raisin cookies, then this is the recipe for you. Or if you want to spice it up with different add-ins, we'll do that. So it's your choice. These are your cookies. So this recipe is very similar to our chocolate chip sourdough cookie recipe. And it begins in a similar fashion with 7 tablespoons of butter, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and then a 1/4 cup of white sugar. Into that we'll add our splash of vanilla, which if you like to measure, it's a teaspoon. And then I have some peanut butter. That's another, my secret ingredient here. Now again, if you are allergic to peanuts, then try a different butter. I think maybe even tahini or sunflower butter would be good here. Now this next one's optional, and I like to add it into when I'm mixing in the butter and the sugar, because whenever you add spices, the butter kind of enhances it and they sink together a little bit more and faster. So cinnamon, so you can do a teaspoon of cinnamon or maybe even pumpkin pie spice if that's your jam. Again, optional, you don't have to do it, but I'm gonna suggest that you do. And we'll just beat this up until it's nice and light and fluffy. So bear with me. That cinnamon smells so good. All right, now time for our sourdough starter. And it's a 1/2 cup. Again, you want your butter to be room temperature always whenever you're making cookies. It'll cream together better with the sugars. Another whip up. So for our dry ingredients, we've got a cup of oats, and I am partial to old-fashioned oats, but I don't have any, so it's fine. And a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, one 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And give that a little mix around. Don't over mix. Alright, so it's still quite floury in there. But I'm going to stir in pecans because that's what my grandma would do. She would put in pecans and leave out the raisins for us kids, and they were always so great. So here is where you can play. There's 2/3 cups of pecans that are going into mine. Now, of course, you can put up to a cup of things in here. And if you want chocolate chips in your oatmeal cookies, that's never a bad idea either. So again, finding whatever assortment of dried fruits or nuts or chocolate or butterscotch chips or whatever into your batter. And so what I'll do is I'll clean off my beaters and add that into our bowl here as well. And it's gonna need to chill for at least 15 minutes. It could be overnight if you've got the time and the patience to do that. And so I will turn around and we'll make our peanut butter cookies now. All right, peanut butter cookie time. So in our bowl this time, we've got the 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of white sugar, and a 1/4 cup of butter instead of our 7 tablespoons. Again, room temperature. And this time we'll add a 1/2 cup of peanut butter, since, you know, peanut butter cookies and whatnot. Now, I have only experimented with this recipe with the standard no stir peanut butter. I personally love that all natural stuff. And so I encourage you to experiment with it, but understand that your results might be slightly different, albeit delicious, but they might look different. Again, also if you're swapping out the peanut butter for sun butter or some other kind of nut butter substitute, give it a go. Let me know how it goes. And then we'll just beat this together. So our peanut butter, our sugars, and our butter. Oh, gotta forget the splash of vanilla. Important. Beat it up. Good enough. So then we will bring in our sourdough starter, another 1/2 cup. And of course you don't have to put sourdough starter in your cookies. Obviously we know that cookies are really good without it, but they're also really dang good with it. So that's why we're doing it. And also we have sourdough starter at our disposal. Give it a blend. Alright, be sure to flip it all over yourself. And now we've got our flour. So it's a cup of flour, all-purpose flour. Cast it on. Now this batter is quite thick, so don't be alarmed. And then we've got our 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then a 1/4 teaspoon, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. The same in all the cookies. And another blend up. It's gonna be kind of like a Play-Doh, so just so you know what you're looking for. Sometimes you need a bigger bowl. Sometimes you gotta scrape down the bowl as well. But yeah, see how much thicker it is. It's very different. Trust me, it'll be fine. Alright, so then just mix it until it just comes together. So here's what we're working with. And again, we'll do the same chilling. So it'll go into the fridge for 15 minutes at least. Cover this one up for sure with a lid or plastic wrap. And then we'll preheat our oven and start to scooping. Alright, so they've been chilled and they have been scooped in the same fashion that we went over in the last video. And I forgot to tell you that you could totally add some chocolate chips into your peanut butter batter, because I don't know that there's a better flavor combination than peanuts and chocolate, but you know, just me. So I did that to a few of the pieces. I just stuck some chocolate chips on top. So I'm going to bake them in the oven at 350, and then after 8 minutes I'll switch the trays. Now these have different baking times. The peanut butter ones will cook in about 14 minutes, and then the oatmeal will bake in about maybe 16 to 18 minutes. But I'll watch them, I'll let you know how it goes, and then I'll bring them out to show you what they look like when they're finished. Here they are, friends. So they cooked about 17 minutes, both of them. And I know that they were done because I saw just the slightest browning on the edges. Remember that trick? And then light browning on the bottom. You won't be able to pick them up, you know, when you pull them out of the oven, but let them cool and let them set and let them finish cooking essentially on the baking sheets. They'll cool completely, and then you can just have your way with them. So milk is good, of course, or just straight into the old mouth, but I'll break one open for you of the peanut butter ones. Have a look. It's not completely set up yet, but they're so delicious and very fudgy. And I like them quite a bit. Then have a look at the oatmeal ones. This is what happens when you put them too close together. It's okay. They're touching, slightly squarish, totally cool. Still delicious. So again, slightly browned on the bottom. These will be a little bit harder to judge whether they're done or not because of the oatmeal in them, but hey, you know, they're still quite soft. But so tasty. Yeah. So, I hope you enjoy them. They'll firm up for you whenever they're completely cooled. And I know you'll enjoy them. They're delicious. So, make some and tell us what you chose to put into your oatmeal cookies. And take pictures and tag us at CP at Home. And I just wanted to say that I've thoroughly enjoyed cooking and baking with you, and I hope you've learned a little something, and I hope to see you soon when we reopen the grounds at Prairie. So, see you soon.